What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video on this beautiful, what's today? Wednesday, October 22nd. And as y'all know, it is absolutely tough out there in the streets outside of trucking. But the streets inside of trucking, y'all notice all of a sudden the rates week after week are starting to go up. Dry van, I'm seeing $3 a mile. Reefer, $3 a mile. Flatbed, $3 a mile. And I know y'all seeing the news articles about the 200,000 non-domiciled CDL workers talking about their civil rights are being violated. California don't want to get in compliance. They done took 40 million of funds from them. They gonna get in compliance. They gonna get in compliance. And the truck drivers, it's time for us to get this money. But we gotta keep the rates up. We got to keep the rates up. We gotta stay away from people that's constantly driving the rates down. Now I know a couple of y'all, some of y'all close by me, y'all keeping them rates down. Cause y'all don't know nothing about trucking. Y'all have been in the industry 5+ years. When it comes to getting loads, either y'all don't care or y'all just act like y'all don't know nothing about trucking. So let me give you some tips, some tricks, some hints. Let me tell you what's really going on. Cause I know a lot of y'all can't look at DAT load board. I know y'all talk to truck drivers, they tell you the spot market is trash and all this other nonsense. Those are people with no authorities. Those are people that don't got access to DAT. Those are people that don't own no truck. So here we go. If you are one of those drivers going cross country, one side of the planet to the other, with a dry van, understand going from the East Coast to the West Coast, more than likely your dispatcher is going to try to get you less than $2 a mile if you with one of these foreign companies. And it's up to you to stop it. It's up to you. Saw one driver, he on the load right now, came from New York, going to Los Angeles. About $4,000, 2,600 miles. They'll give it to you if you, hey, you want to take it? Yeah, I take it. This is how you calculate. First, you need to know how many miles the entire trip is. I'm just going to estimate for this video 2,600 miles. If they say it's paying $4,000, you pull out the calculator. $4,000, just like that, type 4,000. Divided by the miles, 2,600. It's $1.53. You got to ask yourself, do you want to be the $1.53 driver? Is that you? Do you want to be the driver getting paid $1.53? But Andrew, how much am I supposed to get? I'm glad you asked. We're working on it. If it's paying $4,500, going 2,600 miles, $4,500 divided by 2,600 miles, that's $1.73. Ask yourself, do you want to be the $1.73 a mile driver? Oh, you don't, the Andrew, I ain't trying to be that. Okay, well, let's go to 5,000. On $5,000 divided by 2,600 miles, that's $1.92. Do you want to be the $1.92 driver? Well, come on, Andrew, man. My dispatcher, these brokers ain't negotiating. But you're not talking to no brokers. What do you mean they're not negotiating? You're not talking to the broker. You're talking to the dispatcher. You finna negotiate with the dispatcher. You finna tell your dispatcher what it is and what it ain't. If your dispatcher talking about the brokers ain't negotiating, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You the driver. You the fool that's going down the road with the freight. You gonna tell your dispatcher the rates he better get, or he need to find something else. He can't find nothing else. It's time to fire the dispatcher. Switch the dispatcher. If they won't let you switch the dispatcher, it's time to fire the company. Let them drive the truck themselves. Are you the $1.92 a mile driver? Andrew, I can't do nothing for $1.92. Okay. Let's go to 5,500. 5,500 divided by 2,600 miles. That's $2.11 with a dry van. Are you the $2.11 a mile driver? I think if you're getting above $2 a mile with a dry van, it's pretty, it ain't good. But it's right there on the threshold. About as low as I would go. So if you're going cross country, one side of the planet to the other, no matter which direction you're going, 2,600 miles, you don't need to take nothing below $2 a mile. And really that $2 a mile, that need to be after the carrier get their cut. Let's say you got paid, okay, for example, 5,500 divided by 2,600 miles, that's $2.11. Let's say the carrier, you at one of them 80-20 split carriers, you times that by 80 cents, you at $1.69. You back at $1.69. After the carrier take their 20% from your $2.11. Are you the $1.69 driver? All right. You don't want to be the $1.69 driver. So you say, okay, well, Andrew, nothing. This don't make no sense. I don't want to haul for less than $2 a mile. So what you gonna find out is, you need to tell your dispatcher, you know, hey, 2,600 miles. Let's do 6,500 divided by 2,600 miles. That's $2.50. Next time your dispatcher talking about going from New York to California, anywhere in that Northeast California, Washington, all that stuff. Hey, look here, man. If you can't get 6,500 or better, we need to start doing something more shorter. Well, man, the brokers, they ain't negotiating right. Hey, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you, fool. I'm telling you what it is. I'm not the dollar a mile driver. Maybe you need to look on your list of drivers. What you controlling? 10, 20 drivers? Get one of them other clowns out here. They're hauling for $1.20, $1.50. That ain't me. I can't do nothing. I can't put no food on the table at $1.69, $1.73, $1.24. I think one of y'all said Hertz bought $1.24. At $1.24, this is all you're gonna be able to buy right here. Look. A banana. You made $1.24. You may get 4 of them. That's it. Are you the driver gonna be eating bananas at the truck stop? Andrew, that's the only thing that's healthy. That's what you drive a truck for? Just to eat bananas. You don't want no steak and lobster? Because if you want steak and lobster, ain't no steak and lobster at $1.69, $1.24, less than $2 a mile. Ain't no steak and lobster. Ain't none of that. Ain't no turkey to take. You ain't taking no girl out to eat. They ain't none of that. Matter of fact, it ain't even gonna be no home time. If you running for less than $2 a mile, you ain't gotta worry about no home time either. Because all that's you don't make enough to go home, fool. So they can't get you 6,500 miles. Okay, well then we ain't going to California. We ain't going to the West Coast. So where are we going? Okay, well then that's when we look on the load board. Let me pull up the load board. And let me see what we can do. Let's just look in, what's a bad area up there in the Northeast? Because I don't know. I don't run in bad areas. I don't run at all. No, I'm just playing. Let me type in New York, man. Because me personally, I don't know. It could be all bad. Let me just take a look. Highest rate. Let's see what's going towards this. Okay, I'm seeing Virginia, 278 miles, $3.96. Short runs. I'm seeing New Jersey down to Florida, $3,600, $382 a mile. New York to PA, 250 miles, $950, $3.80. Let me look at something a little bit longer. Okay, New Jersey to Norfolk, Virginia, TQL, 345 miles, $1,200. So look, what I would do, since when the dispatcher hit you with the ain't no more freight in the area, or everything in the area going long ways is $1 something mile, just tell me, hey, look, let's just take a short run. That's when you go from New York to Virginia, New York to PA, $3 a mile. Maybe it's tolls, maybe it's not, depending on which route you take. When you get to PA, Virginia, then you can look for going something like Texas or Florida or wherever you need to go, Chicago. But we gotta keep these trucks at a higher rate per mile. I'm trying to help you out. We can't haul nothing for $2 a mile. I don't know which direction you need to go, but I know the rates you don't need to be hauling for. But it's up to you, the driver. I know majority of y'all can't see the load board. I know you're going off of what everybody else is telling you. You don't need to go off of what everybody else is telling you. I'm telling you what to tell the broker, what to tell the dispatcher. Because the dispatcher don't know. The dispatcher, he used to work at Burger King. He was looking for a better opportunity. Burger King wasn't doing it for him. Mr. Charlie fired him from Burger King. So he heard he can come a dispatcher and maybe they'll pay him $60,000 a year. They told him come sit in this seat. Here's a list of 20 drivers. Here's the freight. Just start making sure everybody got a load every day. He probably had a week of training. Maybe the guy sitting next to your dispatcher, he the one training him on what to do. But you was the truck driver. You the one that's got to drive it. And it's your paycheck at the end of the day, not theirs. They gonna get paid regardless. They are gonna get paid. When your truck move, whether it's sit down, they check gonna be there on Friday. They going home. They going home at 5 p.m. They going home. They check don't fluctuate. They gonna get paid. They gonna be at the house. And they probably gonna be Big Tyrone in a second if you keep playing these games. This cheap freight. Andrew, man, I just started, man. I don't want to get fired. Y'all do realize this whole video pretty much only applies to lease drivers, owner operators, 1099 company drivers that's getting paid a percentage. That's all this video applies to. It don't apply to W-2 workers. It don't apply to people that's getting sent per mile. You getting sent per mile, they told you what you was gonna make it orientation. Hey, we pay 41 cents a mile. Okay, that's all you get. You just times that by the miles. What I'm talking about in this video don't even apply to you. We talking about people that get paid off the actual freight rates. So before you take this load going $1 a mile for all these miles, just shorten it up a little bit. We don't need to go 2,600 miles. We can go from freaking the East Coast maybe to Texas. Maybe that's $3 a mile. I know it's not, but maybe it is. I know it's not, but you get the idea. Maybe it's $225. You happy now? But like I said, man, in order to keep the freight rates up, you gotta know what you're doing out here in this trucking world. Congress, they barely trying to help you out. They trying to push the cheap labor out. So they pushing the cheap labor out. That don't mean you become the cheap labor. I know y'all happy with your $16 checks. After y'all done ran 4,000-5,000 miles. Next time one of these Russian carriers give you a $16 check, just stop the truck. Just stop the truck. Go on, get out. Go on Uber to the airport. When you get to the airport, go on, go to another carrier. Just go on to another carrier. That's what you do. That's how you stop the $16 checks. Because next time when they go, damn man, that last drive we paid $16 too, man. Shoot, it cost, we had to pay like $4,000-$5,000, man, to go find somebody to go get that truck, man. We better not do that again. We better start paying drivers something, at least minimum wage, at least $1,000 a week. You know, maybe we need to start breaking up the payment. Hey, look, you in the hole. We gonna still pay you, but we're gonna every paycheck we gotta take like $250 out. You know what I'm talking about? But we ain't gonna just give you no check at all with $16 and we got you running illegal in 2-3 law books and you working 7 days a week. Andrew, they're gonna put it on my DAC report. Who cares? What DAC report? Have you ever seen your DAC report? I done abandoned plenty of trailers, trucks, everything out there in the oil field. That last oil field company, I went down there to do some sandbox. About third day I left there, I left all that crap at the truck stop right there at TA. I didn't call nobody. I ain't called tell nobody I was abandoning their trailer. I said, look, the third day I sit on this pad, 24 hours for free, your trailer right there at TA. Third day hit, I was out there with Keeping It 100. She was sitting out there on the pad. I looked at that clock. I said, I didn't sit for free too long. Started winding down that landing gear, pulled that fuel, I was gone. Black smoke in the wind. They called 2 weeks later asking about the trailer. I said, yeah, it's over at the TA. I dropped that crap off 2 weeks ago, fool. Click. That's how I did them. They need to start respecting drivers out here. Just start costing them money. Because when Mr. Charlie fire you, Mr. Charlie don't say he's just gonna fire you. We gotta do them the same way. Mr. Charlie ain't got no money. He talking about hey, freight only paying $1 a mile. Mr. Charlie, look, I understand freight only paying $1 a mile, so let me just go and let this landing get down. Yeah, if it's your truck. Let me go and let this landing get down. Your trailer up here in $1 a mile area. Yeah, I left it up there wherever you said it, all the freight paying $1 a mile, that's where your trailer gonna be at. That's where you oh man, that last driver, man. Last time we told him freight was paying $1 a mile, he left our trailer, man. We better start telling these brokers, hey, it's $250. We need $250. We need $250. And if they ain't got $250, we ain't going in that direction. Because we got thousands of options to choose from. See, that's what truck drivers don't understand about freight. Let me look at the 300-mile radius of New York just for today. 2,821 loads to choose from. You see this? This is how many options your dispatcher got to choose from. You see this right here? This is how many options they got. It's hard for me to scroll with just one figure. Come on. They gotta make it as difficult as possible, huh? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. See that? Y'all see that? That's how many options we got to choose from on just driving. It's just driving. You see that? You see how many options we got? This how many? No, this how many options we all got. You see? See all these options? See, so now just as I'm scrolling through the options, think of all the lies you've been told about it ain't no freight in there. Hey man, ain't no other freight in the area. I heard one truck driver talking about, well man, I'm just gonna sit to Monday. It's Friday. I'm just gonna sit to Monday. Next time, your only option is to sit to Monday, somebody need to be fired. Somebody need to be fired because first of all, freight picks up on Saturdays, it picks up on Sundays. When you talking about you gonna sit to Monday, landing need to be going down. Hey man, look, hey man, you in a dead area. You in a dead area, it ain't no other freight. We don't know what to do. We don't see no other freight. But on DAT load board, you can deadhead up to 450 miles. What you mean you gotta sit the Monday? What you sitting for? Do you get paid to sit? Is burning diesel free? Well, Andrew, I got an APU. Is it free? Oh, it's not free then. Well, then you don't need to be sitting for free then. They can't find no loads. I bet the Russians can find the load. I guarantee you Super Ego can find the load on Saturday. Just ask all the Super Ego drivers. They'll tell you. They'll tell you quick. Super Ego can find you a load at 9 p.m. at night, 2 in the morning, Saturday, Sunday, every day of the week. Super Ego, they got something. You'll be like, hey man, I'm all the way up here in New York. You find a load on Saturday? We got loads every day over at Super Ego. What you talking about? As long as you willing to haul for free. Now, if you ain't willing to haul for free, we ain't got no free. But if you willing to haul for free, like $1.50, $1.24, $1.24, it's free. If you want to, listen to me. If you ever got to sit, just tell your dispatcher, be like, look man, like I just hauled something for $1 a mile. And just look how much freight options all of us, damn, $1 a mile, man, shoot. Hey man, hey, we got this load, that load, all of a sudden just load galore. Y'all figure it out, man. Hopefully, like I said, they go to Beggars online. They just started up the live stream begging. Here go to begging. I donated to somebody $50 yesterday. Hopefully they doing good. You know, it's very hard to get $1 out of Andrew. I mean, extremely hard. But I gave somebody $50 yesterday, so hopefully they doing good. I know it's tough out there in them streets. Plus, I've been watching. And, you know, I won't get no money until I feel like somebody on their I'm talking about very last leg. And even when you're on your last leg, I may not donate. Like dirty trucking, for example, when you're in homeless shelter, I feel like that's your last leg. But this person is actually sleeping on concrete. And if you know the person, you ain't gotta put the name in the comment section. When you're sleeping on concrete, okay, here, you know what, here's $50. Times are tough. Times is tough. Okay, but anyways, man, let me go and get this video uploaded. I gotta go to the truck. I gotta drive the truck around the corner, cause, boy, this highway, man, we need to get rid of the highway more. Boy, they getting on my nerves. I was supposed to been gone. Oh, man. I didn't send them a freaking updated certificate of insurance before, you know, my authority was supposed, you know, the Progressive. I had Progressive insurance. It canceled. Well, it didn't cancel. It came to an end on the 15th, and then I had Geico, you know. So because I didn't send Go Highway my new certificate of insurance before the 15th, they didn't shut me out of all the brokers. And they act like I ain't got no ELD anymore. So now I gotta go move the truck in a circle just so we can activate on Go Highway. Then I gotta get this new certificate of insurance, and then I gotta sign up for all the brokers all over again. I said, man, they need to get rid of Go Highway. They need to be next. Congress need to come in and get rid of them clowns next. So that's what I'm working with, man. Then it take 24 hours, so more than likely I can't move to Monday. But it's all good though. So that's why we keep our expenses as low as possible. That's why we don't just be donating $2,000 a month to insurance. Food bank slam packed. Woo, boy, it's hard out there in the food bank. That's what I probably need to go do. Go out there and work the food bank. I used to work the food bank when I was 15 years old, man. Volunteer worker, of course. I need to go to the food bank. Help them try to get some of their food out to the people. I know it's slam packed with cars here in Nashville. I'm looking at the food bank on some of these YouTube videos. One thing I will say, we definitely glad for trucking, because one thing about the trucking industry, we got the option, especially when you buy a truck, you ain't got to go ask nobody for no job. Now, I was asking for a job too. I like Mr. Troy, I applied for like 8 companies. All of them said no. I said, damn, I gotta keep this authority open another year. Won't nobody hire me, so, you know. Won't nobody hire me, that means I got to go get the money on my own. Ain't no problem. Good thing the rates are up, right? Just in time. Just in time for me to go get the money. And then now they want to pay $3 a mile. I'll be there to come get it. Who that is right there? The Dow Jones is up. Damn. All right, y'all.